afternoon, and thanks for being with us. I'm Judy Simpson. Today on the program, we're going to discuss and demonstrate a gentle form of exercise that helps maintain your strength, flexibility, and balance. It's called Tai Chi, and we're going to find out what it is and how it might benefit you or someone you know. To get things started, I want to welcome Ann Bauer. Ann is a director and authorized trainer with Tai Chi Vermont. In fact, she's taught Tai Chi in Vermont for more than 10 years. Welcome. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So what is Tai Chi?
Tai Chi is, as you said, a gentle form of exercise that's low impact. We're told it began in China as a disguised way of doing martial arts. If you do it really, really slowly, you can't see that it could be a fighting form. But it's also become, for many of us, just a really healthy way to keep ourselves moving. It's, as we say, gentle and low impact. But it requires you to use your mind and your body together because you have to learn a sequence of movements and remember those, as well as each individual movement and put them together. And at the same time, of course, you're moving, you're turning, your arms are up a good deal of the time, which works on your core. You're stepping in different directions, so it works your balance. So it's a kind of nice overall exercise form, but it also has these meditative qualities.
I was going to say, talk a little bit about the benefits, because it's physical, it's also kind of emotional.
Yep. And we find that when people come to a Tai Chi class to pick up on the emotional piece, their spirits are kind of lifted. You know, somebody comes in and they say, oh, I'm really tired today. I think I'm going to have to sit through most of the class. And then they never sit down because there's just something about doing Tai Chi with other people that makes you feel good. Even if you're not doing it perfectly, which doesn't matter.
Right, it's all about your practice.
It's all about your practice, exactly. So the benefits, well, we call the short form we do fall prevention Tai Chi. And that is the biggest problem in Vermont. You know, 1 out of 3 people over 65 falls every year. And of that, a huge percentage of those people end up going to the hospital and having all kinds of problems, and sometimes even dying. So this is our first thing that we worry about. And so we want to have people build up their strength and their balance and their awareness of where they are in space, and Tai Chi does all of those things. But even as it's working on balance and fall prevention, it also calms people down. It reduces stress. For some people, it lowers their blood pressure. People who have diabetes find their blood sugar levels are under better control. Interestingly, while it will not keep us from losing brain power, because we do that as we age, as you know, it slows that process down. Isn't that fabulous?
It really is.
I know.
That's incredible.
I know.
And you don't need any special equipment.
No. And you could be wearing like ratty old jeans and sneakers, you know, t-shirts, whatever. You can do it at home, you can do it outside, you can do it inside, you can do it with friends. You can come to a class. All
right. Well, as I mentioned, we're going to be demonstrating some moves, so maybe let's start out.
Okay. So what we're going to demonstrate, and can you put your paper down? Good. So this is just one of the little warm-ups we do. We have a series we do at the beginning of each class. And so this is our second shoulder exercise.
Okay.
I've chosen because it's very simple and it's very enjoyable. So you're going to start with your hands at your side and just bring them up to shoulder. I better step back a little. And you're going to bring them up to shoulder level, palms up, and then fold and bring them down. Now let's add breathing. So breathing in and out. And one more time, in and out. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's simple, but as you're breathing and moving your body together, you get that nice unified feeling, right?
Yes.
And the first time you do it, it's like, and then it just sort of smooths out and gets that nice round, soft feeling.
If you follow your breath, it's easy.
Exactly. And you breathe into it. Yeah.
Now you have some more demonstrations you want to show us too, and you brought a couple of friends.
I did. I brought my dear friend Jim, who happens to be my partner. And he's been a student of Tai Chi, what, 10 years now?
Almost.
Almost, yeah. And Elizabeth Whirls, who is an instructor and an authorized trainer, as am I, and she's also one of the directors of Tai Chi Vermont, our organization, and she teaches both seated and standing forms and brings a lot of wonderful Qigong movements into her Tai Chi, which is fantastic. So yeah, we're gonna do a little demonstration for you.
Okay, great.
You ready for that? Okay. So Elizabeth is going to be seated, so you can see how it goes when people do this in a chair. And many people do that and find it very beneficial, surprisingly beneficial. All right, let's get ourselves ready. That pretty good position, you think? Okay. All right, so here we are in what we call Wu Ji position, which is just our beginning position where we check our posture. And we're going to start with a little salute, just to formalize things. I'll name the movements as we go through them. Commencement. Deep breathing in and out. Very relaxing. Single whip. We have a little transition and then waving hands in the clouds, in which we're actually not moving our hands nearly as much as you might perceive them to be moving. And then we get another nice deep breath in and out, and a single whip the other way. And one more set of cloud hand movements. So we're stepping, taking small steps because we don't have a lot of space here. And then we get one more deep breath in and out. Breathe as we close. And we'll end with our salute.
Terrific, and as you can see, it's very gentle movements.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cross in front of you. Some of them.
Sure.
So, and obviously people shouldn't be intimidated if they don't know the moves right away.
Oh my
It's something that
gosh.
they learn.
Oh my gosh, that's the point. You come to learn, right? You don't come to perform, you come to learn. And the learning is so good for our brains, right? And each time you learn something more, and that's fabulous.
It's all part of your practice. Now,
It
Jim,
is.
as a student, was this hard for you to learn?
Well, it had this difficulty as we get a little older, but it's all manageable, and the teaching is such that they understand this, and so it's you know, they bring us along
And
at a
how-
rate we can do it.
And how has this helped you?
Well, in my case, I think the most outstanding difference is with balance. I started out with considerable trouble with balance, and now that seems to have mostly disappeared, you know, after almost 10 years of doing this. But even immediately, I could see a big difference. I was much more aware of where my body weight was, and you know, I'm quite active in gardening and such things, and it really helped with that, and continues to do so.
Now, Elizabeth, as an example of someone who maybe couldn't do this standing or was uncomfortable doing the standing, you were seated. Tell me about the benefits that people who, even when they're sitting, can have with this.
They're all the same benefits of when you're standing, which are a lot. But reducing the concerns or the anxieties about balance, and also your appearance. You know, how you might look outwardly to others when you're doing it helps to calm the mind and the body, so that then there's more awareness of how the movement feels to you on the inside. And that awareness then helps you to understand the connections throughout your body when you're moving. So when my hand moves, maybe I'm also aware of how the weight is shifting in my foot, in my leg. And when my hip turns shifting the weight, my shoulder goes with it. So that kind of sense of wholeness, coordination, the integration of the body creates better movements. And you're not only just moving more, you're moving better.
Is it hard to teach, different to teach someone sitting as opposed to standing?
No, except that you have to find a good chair. And sometimes that's the biggest challenge, something that you can sit in comfortably but not flop into or, be jelly-like. So it has to have that your feet can be in the ground, rooted, and your sit bones also firmly supported. Your sit bones are the feet of your torso.
Right.
So you want to be stable here, but you also have to be able to move easily above. And sometimes that's hard to find that right kind of chair.
But that's the whole part of the process, though, is finding those things and feeling how
That's exactly
it works.
right. And also because all of us are concerned about letting people listen to their own bodies and not move with fear of strain. So you want to engage everything, but you also don't want to force or struggle. So you just, when you feel yourself planted in your feet, in your sit bones, it's amazing how much centeredness that produces and energy and life, just
That's great.
with the doing. The big thing, I think, is that really getting everyone in Tai Chi, whether you're standing or sitting, to understand that really less can be more, and trust that you don't have to force or struggle, that
It's all about
it
what's right for
happens.
you.
Yes.
So, Ann, how does somebody find a class?
Well, there are two main ways to find a class. One would be to go to our website, which is taichivermont.org. And we have a list of certified instructors there. And so you can see where they're teaching and contact people and ask about their schedule. You can also call your agency on aging or your senior center and ask, and they'll usually have lists of where you can find classes.
Because there are a lot of classes taking place.
There are, and when we first started, most of our classes were in the Burlington area, but we've been making a concerted effort now to get the classes out to other places. So we just trained a whole group of people in the southern part of the state, and that's great. And we continue to work to get more instructors. We have over 100 instructors in Vermont. And we're not the only group, teaching in Vermont. There are other people teaching as well.
But it's important to use someone who's a qualified instructor.
You need to have a qualified instructor, and we're very proud of the fact that we not only do we certify our instructors, but we recertify them every 2 years. And we have little workshops in between they can take to keep honing their skills. Like we've got one coming up on mindfulness, and we add new learning, kind of a continuing ed program, if you will. So we really do get to mentor our Tai Chi instructors and help each other learn. We exchange information all the time.
And we talked about some of the physical benefits of Tai Chi, but also social benefits as well.
Oh my gosh, that is so huge. Some of us as Tai Chi instructors, we get a little upset because the students will have a water break or something and they're just talking and talking and talking and talking and want to get them back to Tai Chi. And then we have to remember that social benefit, just the talking, even if it's just a minute or two, is part of what keeps people coming back. And we're doing something and then I'm the instructor and I make a mistake and everybody has a good laugh at my expense. Everybody relaxes.
It's not about being perfect. It's just
not
about
being
trying.
perfect. It's about just doing the best you can to keep on learning, to keep on growing, and to keep on using your full body mind as best you can for the best health you can have.
All right, before we go, a reminder for the website and the phone number to learn more about Tai Chi Vermont. The website is on your screen along with the number 802-457-2877. I want to thank you all for joining me today in the beginning of my Tai Chi practice. That's our program for today. I'm Judy Simpson. We'll see you again next time on Across the Fence.